I didn't like the way we closed the game. Defensively, we couldn't make stops going the end. A little disappointing, but we came back and found a way to defend better in the overtime.
Can you talk about Lamar's performance 2020?
I wasn't happy with Lamar's performance the first half. Second half, he came back and played the kind of game we expect of him.
What did you tell him to inspire him to play better in the second?
Play better the second half, Lamar.
Simple as that.
What didn't you like about the first half?
You know, he was 2 for 9, you know, from the field. He had all his open shots inside. You know, I think he got caught up in the Scola kind of matchup that he had a little bit, but he was much better second half.
Phil, what was the difference defensively from the end of the game to the way you played defense in overtime?
Well, we got a hold of what they were doing. Obviously, there were some things they were doing that were effective against us. We did a little better job with that. We didn't give up second shots. We gave up a lot of second shots in the third quarter that put them back in the ballgame.
How significant did you find that in overtime? A lot of the plays that, you know, featured contributions from a lot of different people.
That was good. That was, you know, we knew Kobe took a few shots down the stretch. The last possession that we had, not the one with 4.5 or 5.5 seconds on, but the one before, prior to that, you know, I thought we got stagnant. You know, Kobe was over there, and they were all standing there ready to defend him, and you know, that was an issue. We could have brought the ball back out and attacked. So, you know, we talked a little bit about that after the game.
Is this a team that Drew could have taken advantage of? Did you miss him out there?
Yes. You know, it's a small team. They're effective. I mean, still, you know, Lamar and Powell had big games for us.
Kobe had 7 assists in the first quarter. Well, what does that do to the first teammates, not just in the first quarter when they score, but I guess their rhythm the rest of the game?
Well, you know, I thought everybody got involved in that way. I think we had 13 assists early in the game and ended with 22. So, you know, they either defended us better, or we stopped moving the ball the way we wanted to move the ball, and we stopped, you know, hitting the shots that we hit early. I mean, some guys had open shots that did go down.
So did you take a step forward or kind of a shuffle sideways?
You know, I think it's just a matter of, you know, kind of getting our legs underneath us again, and you know, playing the game down the stretch. It's important in this business to be able to play down the stretch and win close games, and that's, you know, we had a 6-point ball game on Sunday with 4 minutes to go, and you know, we didn't play down the stretch, which is what you have to do in this game.
First overtime game of the season, I believe.
Say again?
That's the first overtime.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave them 5 minutes leeway for tomorrow. So they would.
Regulation, you said it was a little too Kobe-centric at the very end, and then the start of overtime, it seemed like it was kind of forcing it, and then it stopped, you were down 4, and then went to Powell a couple times, someone else scored, and then it went back to Kobe, and then he was able to score pretty easily. Is it hard to get that, you know, that vice grip on, or get him to let go of that?
Well, one of the issues I had is that they went a lot of times early to Kobe in the offense rather than late. That's one of the keys, I think, to our game is, you know, to get everybody involved and, you know, use Kobe late in the game or a clock, you know, where he has an operating space and everybody else is focused on how to play their own men, and then it's not all about, you know, the central effect of a defense, team defense, is to play Kobe. So then it becomes, you know, an individual matter, and he's too good for a single individual to play.
Having lost to Boston and on top of the Miami loss, does that make this looming matchup with San Antonio seem more important?
It's just important anyway, not having. It's just an important game. They're, you know, in first, we're what, second? So, you know, it's an important game for us. You know, they won the first one down there. We had a good quarter. We didn't play well after that, but you know, we have to find a way to play them.
Are you looking at it more just in terms of trying to gain ground on them in the standings,
Yeah.
or a measuring stick for where your team's at?
Trying to gain ground in the standings. You know, it's such a weird game. You know, that's you know, anything happens in this ball game. And you know, I think I was on the team once. It was 27-7 to start the season. We ended up winning 41 games. You know, things like that can happen to a ball club. You get a couple injuries, and all of a sudden you're scrambling to win ball games. So it's all about, you know, the duration of a season and maintaining that, you know, constant pressure of playing.
Do you get the sense that the players are
I guess, sort of committed to that kind of incremental improvement, or that they expect things to start kind of happening faster?
They'd like it to happen faster, but the instincts aren't there right now. And tonight was a really good example, and I know Thursday's gonna be another one of a team that's, capable and willing to play against the type of defense that we're doing. We're just gonna have to be better than we were and are right now to beat them. So, those are really important issues. Our bigs tonight, fell out of position because they're in a high post situation most of the night, so they're not back, defending the lane like they like to be. And, those things are difficult for them to recover, plug the lane, close it down in the lane, take charges and things they want to do.
Do you think you're a better team now than you were, say, Christmas Day? Is there, is there
Yeah,
that kind of improvement?
Well, I think so. Shooting wise, I thought we shot really well to start the season. And, we haven't shot that great as we go along. And a lot of that's about tired legs and about, consecutive games and the number of games you're playing in a short order. But this is one of the keys, is that you have to shoot well and you have to defend and rebound. And, rebounding wise, I was disappointed in us early. I think we end up winning the defensive battle, but, it's still an issue for us.
Can you just talk quickly about the closing lineup you seem to be going with? I think it was the first time last game with Blake and Fisher and Kobe. Is that something you're experimenting with, something new?
That's matchups. There'll be matchups that, I think I've got, individuals that can play defensively, and I think we all can fit in the offense, and we know how to use personnel. And so I think a lot of it's about matchups and how we play.
Was Devin's case also a matchup thing as well?
Character?
Him and Ebanks.
It was about rest. Again, these guys a couple minutes off the floor.